and I really was on my knees, and I was like, Lord, this is not the person that I want to be. And I really want to do the right things. I really want to have all that you have for me, and I know if I keep living this way, I'm not going to get those things. So help me change, help me be better, help me be the person that I want to be, that I know that I'm called to be. And even in that season, God was really just working with me. It wasn't without, you know, running into walls, making mistakes, but He literally began to work on me and mold me, and the more that I surrendered to Him and allowed Him to do that, and knew that, hey, it's going to hurt a little bit, but when I get over the hump, I'm so much better for it. That's when, you know, I knew in my spirit, okay, it's time to be abstinent. It's time to stop having sex. It's time to just start doing the right things, not just doing some things by the book, but do everything by the book that I'm possibly capable of, and He's going to help me get there. So, stop having sex, and started praying about what He wanted me to do next. And in that prayer, He literally told me who my husband was. He told me that it was Devon. Still not in the best place, and I was like, well, Lord, what do I do with that? And He was just like, nothing, you just wait. And I was like, okay. And He's like, let me get you together first. I was like, okay. So I actually never said anything to him. I became celibate, and I started telling my close friends and family. I was like, yeah, I was like, Devon's my husband, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, hey, you sound crazy. And I'm like, no, but he is. And they're like, hey, does he know? And I'm like, no, he doesn't know, but I know because God told me. And they were like, yeah, you sound really crazy. So in the process of telling a friend that, she had said, you know Devon's celibate, right? And I was like, no, I didn't know that. And they were like, yeah. And I was like, well, so am I. And she's like, no, girl, he's like for real celibate. So am I. So, and then in the process of that, I found out that he was a minister, which I didn't know. And if I had known that, that probably would have totally intimidated me and freaked me out, probably scared me away. And so God literally let everything unfold exactly the way it was supposed to over the time that it was supposed to. And it actually was, from the moment I knew that he was my husband to when he asked me out, was 9 months. Wow. It was almost a year. I never said anything to him. I never called him. I never tried to reach out to him and say anything. I just let God do it. And when God did it, He did it. It was like 9 months He asked me out. 10 months later, we were engaged, and 2 months later, we were married. But I say all that to say, when we do it God's way, we really do get blessed for it. I look at all the places I've been and the things that I've done, both good and bad, and I just can't believe God's grace on my life. I look at Him every day and what an incredible man He is. And it's not about the man that He is, it's about the gift that God's given me in Him. And I would encourage anybody, it may sound whack, it may sound corny, it may sound stupid, but abstinence and waiting for the person of God that He called you to be with, and having a man respect you and love you and respect your body and lift you up and, you know, treat you the way that you deserve to be treated. There is nothing better than that. We are men and women, we were made for each other. And if we're not being treated like that by the opposite person, that stuff, it weighs on us, it messes us up, it destroys us, it hurts our confidence, our self-worth, the way that we see ourselves. It's important to demand that, and you know, I demanded it late in life, but I'm so glad that I did, because my life has changed dramatically. Just because of doing something small as waiting to have sex before I'm married has affected everything in my life.